Okay, phase 3 deep dive. That's what this is going to be. We're going to get into more of the details of it. We're going to get into the meat of this. Like I said, I posted on my Choppish Charts YouTube channel the preliminary phase 3 gives you a good breakdown. I want to get started with this on. So for this, you should already have your proven set of trading rules. You've got this can still be fine tuned. We're not like it doesn't have to be like 100%, but you got rules. You've managed to build a playbook that says this is my setup, this is my entry trigger, this is my trade management. And I want to say this a little bit. Trade management, we're going to hit that again in phase 4. So whatever you got for trade management, and I'm going to get to this, we're going to change a little bit on our tags to focus our tags to trade management mostly. The reason for this is phase 4 is more about digging in a little deeper on trade management. The whole concept here is phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. We're not focused on dollars, we're focused on technique. The whole idea of this is to get our technique down. We want that technique, we want to know the rules, we want to know what's happening and stuff. So you're going to take every trade. Phase 3, no games here. We're not playing around. Phase 3, we're going to take every trade. You don't get a break. You're trying to train your eyes on seeing your rules. You just created all these rules. You proved all these rules. So you're real familiar with what you're doing. But let's put it in a practice format and see if we can do that. Kind of like, you could take a golf lesson and he can tell you how to grip the club, how to swing the club, how to keep your head down and everything. And and got you to where you understood those things, but you need to go to the driving range now and you need to hit a whole bunch of balls just to get that figured out, to get it to make sure you have that. The inclination is to happens in this is you start taking some losses, which you will. You start changing your edge. Everything you did, all that effort you put into phase 1, you start thinking, well, maybe that wasn't good. And you start changing things and you start modifying things. And you don't want to do that. You want to stick to your edge. You already proved your edge works. You're now trying to figure out and trying to get to it to see if you can see it regularly. So don't let the losses get to you. This is back testing. It really doesn't matter. We can always fine tune. You're going to have a new set of tags. Like I said, we're going to create a new set of tags focused around phase 4. You're going to go slow and deliberate. You want to get the best results. You don't want to cheat yourself. And you want to continue journaling all your trades. Keep this practice up. Keep journaling those trades. Keep figuring it out. We're going to focus on your playbook rules. Okay, same as phase 2. You want to stay focused on your playbook rules. The goal is to see how well you can spot your setups. You will focus on tagging on trade management during this process. You can let's say you've been tagging some specific things that you're still not quite sure they're good, they're ready, they're whatever. So go ahead and keep some of those phase 1, phase 2 tags. There's nothing wrong with that. You cannot over tag. Okay, You cannot over tag. So keep some of those things. Maybe there's going to be some things that you can see that might still need to be a little tweaks. Like I said, fine adjustments, not big adjustments. If you make a big adjustment, you just changed your whole trading rules. You want to stay focused. All your phase 2 trades, you want to, or 3, excuse me. All your phase 3 trades, you want them to be at the same times that you did your phase 2. So you want to retrade all those phase 2 time frames. You want to go through and repeat those, because now you have a data point. You want to repeat those to see how well you do against that data point. So if you did all of 2023 for your phase 2, you want to do phase 3 all in 2023. So this will give you something to compare to. It gives you a balance. So if you come out of phase 3 and you're running a 30% win rate, and you find out you just had a whole bunch of trades that were not per your plans, which will happen, then you can go back, try again, and see if you can get yourself in tune with it. Trading time frame we just mentioned, you want to keep that the same as phase 2. Some tags that we're going to be looking at, we'll go here. So I'll just pull up one of our old trades here. I got a set of tags here so this is what I did for phase 3 and 4. I had one set of tags for phase 3 and 4. I had things like, did I do 2 contracts, 3 contracts, 4 contracts? This right here, added 1 contract. All that came when I went to phase 4, not during phase 3. During phase 3, you don't want to focus on that. This was added in phase 4. This was phase 2, or I'm sorry, phase 3. Entry candle pulled back, exit, new play, moved my stop to an action line. These 2 are critical. Have these 2 tags. This way you know, if you can just look really quick at a glance how many trades were per your rules, how many trades were not per your rules. So make a tag for those. Did I have my stop loss at the candle? Did I put my stop loss at the safety line? Did I put my stop loss at a support resistance level? Same with my trade management. Did I trade manage by candle? And I'm not going to explain all these things. You need to find your own little niche. Trade management by candle and safety line. So what you're doing is you're looking for things that really fit. A couple that, let me see if I can cut and paste this in the chat. Did that come through? That didn't come through very well, did it? In the chat. So I have high risk trades over 2% of my max. That's a good one to have. Low risk trade, it was under 2%. Exit at support resistance. Exit at set tick amount. Stop loss below my safety line. Stop loss below support resistance. Some of these already mentioned. And then anything you can think of that would fit your trade management rules, like exits. Did I exit at a support resistance? Did I exit at a certain tick amount? These are the things, these are the new tags you're going to add. Again, we're not focusing on it, but we want to start building that tag and start building that set of data for that. So that when we go into phase 4, you can look at this set of data and kind of start getting a point to start heading towards. All right. That's going to be the most of it. Again, you can keep these tags from phase 1 and 2. You can scale them down, maybe fine tune them, maybe just bundle them into one. If you delete tags in TradeZella, you delete them from your records. Just so you know. So if you're done with it, if you're done with trendline tags, you don't need that anymore. You delete it. All that information's gone too. So make sure you got the information you want before you delete it. That's one reason why I don't have this one deleted yet. I'm still using this information. I'm still working with it in my back testing. So with that, let's go do some back testing. Let's take a couple trades. We are in phase 3 and we want to take a couple trades. So this is where we left off last time. I marked this with a gel line. It looking like we're going a little sideways. We do got a little bit, maybe a good pivot here if this goes up a couple more candles. We're at all-time high, and yeah, I kind of see a little gel pattern between the all-time high and I marked a gel spot. So let's see how this works. Yeah, we're 1 hour. And we're 650. I do the same things. By now you know how fast you want to go for your candles. You want to make sure you see that candle movement. That's always crucial. And then I watch the times. I don't trade after 6 p.m. So that'd be 1800 hours. We'll just skip to the next morning. All right. So I'm looking at this. We got a good rejection off of here. Came down, hit this gel line. We came back. I got a good reversal. We broke this resistance, the support level. This is kind of a weak support level because it's a gel. So what I'm going to do is for my rules, I don't want to get in on there. I want to kind of see it come back and retest this or the trend line. If it doesn't do either, then I just miss a trade. Because we're in gel, I know that it can be kind of not want to get out. Doesn't like to get out. In fact, if I'm looking at that might almost be a place to move the gel line because it's looking like it's going right back up. This trend line doesn't have enough data on it yet. I think I am moving that. I'm kind of defining the gel right now. Like where's its top and bottom right now? I know the all-time high is the top. So now I'm going to want to see some good movement out of that. And for those who don't know, gel is just consolidation. I call it gel because it can't break out. And then when it does break out, a lot of times it breaks out and gets thrown back into gel. But when it does break out, it likes to run. It runs hard and fast usually. Pause that. I'm liking this. We didn't get back up past this trend line. Stop. Okay, we're 1500 hours. It's kind of late for MES for me. We didn't get past this trend line before we came back down. Because it's so late, Asian session essentially, I think I'm going to skip that. I don't want to get in and then have New York session blow me away. So let's see what happens here. We'll go a couple more hours. Couple more candles. Yeah, see, it's not really doing anything. I'm going to go ahead and jump to New York Open. Look at it, it did break down, didn't it? See, now this, if I traded it in the evening, this would be what I was looking for right here. Let me this little move where it kind of comes, it breaks that. Why is this not working? I got a new tool to help draw on here. And for some reason, it's not working. Okay, so I'm not drawing. Yeah. All right. So we had this little bump. I liked seeing that. It got another rejection and it came down. That if this wasn't in the middle of the night for me, I would have got in. That would have been a good entry. Looks like we're getting, might even get a better reversal. All right. I love this. This is a bump and run to me. We came down here. We got 1, 2, 3. We got a reversal, and there's a good chance that's coming down. So I'm going to go ahead and set up. This will be a 2 touch point break. I showed you guys this little trick here. You can type in your playbooks right here, so you can double check. So it's a 2 touch point break, possibly. It hasn't happened yet. I need a retest pause before or after the break. So there's my retest going up, and it's getting ready to come down. I need low risk. I will manage by the safety line, and let's see what we got here. So I need a sell stop order. I do all my trades this way. I do sell stop. I like to clear this last white candle, this last down candle, and then I'm going to come up here, one contract, because that's all I care about. My risk is 90 bucks. That's well within. That's below my 1%. But I got a heavy support resistance level down here. We're going against the trend. So I know I want to possibly take profit at this point. So sell, and let's see how it plays. Let's see if I'm predicting this correctly. It is definitely resisting that level up there. You see how this is helping me with fake outs? Just to clear, I don't know yet if this will drop, but if I would have got in here, now I'm looking at it drawing back. Because I put my entry and said, okay, this is where I want to enter. This is how I do my entry trigger. So like I said, you could be, your entry trigger could be cross the line. It could be candle close for the 1 hour, 4 hour. This is how I've always done my entry trigger. I wanted to get past this last low. That has helped me in a multiple fake outs that I don't ever have to worry about. See what happens here. It's still resisting that trend line. All right. it's end of the night for me. We got a new point B. I'm going to move this here. I'm going to cancel that order. It's not moving. I'm going to adjust this a little better. And this I always hate when I see like this happening going into the night. It's like I kind of want to put a stop order in with a prediction that it's going down, which means if it goes up, it doesn't bother me. But then I miss the move up. If I don't put a stop order in either way, then I just miss a move, period. So for this one, because we're just coming out of jail, I'm just going to go ahead and jump over to the next day. And as you can see, it went up, but not very strong. So it was a good choice. That was a good choice. We'll go here. We're getting ready to break. So now we came down, we walked our way back up. I've got rejection up here. I got come down. We're kind of getting rejection off of this trend line. So I'm just watching this on how this could play out. I'm going to go ahead and put another stop order in here. And now I'm going to go to this white candle. I have the eerie feeling though this might go up. My stop risk is 108, which is within my 1%. This will give me more than that, so we'll go with that and see what happens. I cannot tell. It is so indecisive. I'm beginning to wonder if this gel line didn't change spots. It did. So when you're splitting a candle right there, that's the same thing. And then we hit here. So I feel like the gel kind of moved down. I think we got a little wider. So we'll see what happens. We're not going to get a trade if we keep going sideways. There we go. We got one. I'm in. Now I pause that. I don't, the original, the OG safety line is too shallow for me. So my goal is we get hit here, but I need to trail this. I want to reduce my risk. I'm now down to a $41 risk. If this thing can go all the way back up that big candle, then it probably isn't going to be a good trade anyway. So it won't hurt my feelings. My goal is we just get a little movement and come back down. We hit my take profit. We're overnight. Okay, so I'm pausing this. We're 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock almost. I'm just going to jump this to morning. So I'm swing trading this. I'm swing trading this overnight. This is something to tag if you guys are going to be swing trading. If you're wanting to swing trade this, tag this. I jumped to the next morning and did not get knocked out, or did get knocked out. Get familiar with that. Get a good understanding of what's happening. All right. That one knocked me out. So I'm going to come in here. I took my entry right here. That was my entry. This was my stop loss. And then I had my line here, so I got knocked out. Let's say it was this candle right about here. That's where I exited. So check your mics and make sure your mic is off. All right, so now I want to shrink this here, and we will record this. So this ended up being a 1-2. This was about a three touch point break. I had a retest after, so we came here past the trend line, worked our way up, broke after, and that's when I got in. So I want to get my screenshot. Can make some notes here. I'm going to make a note. Moved gel line for entry, just so I know that I moved it. Playbook. See, now we have a playbook. Phase 1, we didn't have a playbook. I did the 3 touch point breakout. I had the retest pause after break, so it broke, and then did a retest pause. It was very low risk. I don't have a support resistance level. I did enter in this candle, so I entered a full candle after breakout, and it was a strong candle. I was against the trend, so I had to exit at a defined point. And I was trailing by candle, and then I moved my stop loss to the action line within 3 candles. These are my rules, not necessarily rules you have to go by. And so now I want to look at this. So I know these here are phase 4 ones, so it's not. So this one was per my rules because I had the breakout after. It's a 3 touch point break. I had a obvious reversal going on. I had my stop loss was at my safety line, behind my safety line. My trade management was a candle and take profit. In here, I'm tagging patterns still. I still want to keep my pattern tagging. So this to me was a walk the line, or a bump and run move. And I don't have that on here, so I'm going to create it. Bump and run. And that was a 3 and go. So I'll create that. Bump and run, 3 and go. So it was 1, 2, 3, go. And there I got it tagged. I got the trade. Move on to the next one. Delete my So again, that is going to be what this entails for phase 3. You're just going to continually keep taking it. Now, if you only did one playbook, then you're only going to worry about one playbook. If you did 2 playbooks, you can track both playbooks and play both playbooks. If you did 3, if you did the bounce as well, then you can track all 3. It doesn't matter. You just want to take your time. You see, I pause a lot. I take time, I pause, I look back, I double check my lines. I'm double checking the action that I want to see. This had good action for, it came up, it gave me a great reversal here at the upper trend line. broke down, didn't quite break it, gave me a bump and run up and down, plus a little pause here before the big candle. This was a great move. But your moves don't always work. And that's the truth of a good system. You're gonna have losses. The key is, how well did you control that loss? So I started that loss with about $100 risk. It was a little over $100 risk. When I got knocked out, I lost only $41. So that's risk management. That's me saying you don't get that 1%. You don't get that 2%. That's my starting point. I don't want you to get it though. I want you to take 0.5% or 0.25% maybe. That would be ideal if I'm going to take a loss. So just because you can risk 200 or you can risk 2% or 1%, or maybe you allow yourself 5%, that's your initial risk going into the trade. Scoot that baby up when you get the chance. Until you are blasting out of the park for your trade's obviously going your way, you want to reduce your risk. That is one of the biggest elements in trading. Don't give the market your 2%. Like that's like an absolute, okay, you completely just turned around and got me. I had no choice. So don't give that market the 2%. That's your risk going into the trade. You want to reduce that as quick as you can. Go back here real quick before we go into some questions. We want to see how we're doing on this session results. So see here, this is kind of what I'm talking about. Session results. On our session here, I'm running about 50%, which isn't bad. I mean, it'd be nice to see that up to the 60. This here, I want to see I would like to see 2.5 to 3 to above 3. So anything 2.5 and above. But you can see it's saying that my average loss is $98. My average win is 227. So this number is really crucial because I'm profitable at 2.3 with a 50% win rate. If I can get this to 60% with a 2.3, I'm even more profitable. So, and that comes from this. You can't control this number. This number comes by allowing it to run. So you really can't control this number, but you can control this number. That's the only number we have control over. We start with a 2%. We get that thing up, and you have to figure what that is. I can't tell you. You know, we're all going to have different methods. But you get that thing up. If you start with 2%, you risk 2%, don't give the market your 2%. Okay, the market just wants to take from you. We're wanting to take from it. So don't give the market what you don't have to. So those are good numbers to look at. You can look at that even with trading one contract, trading the minimum. You can still see how you're doing here and how you're doing here, because all of this information, all of this is going to turn into phase 4 back testing when we start focusing on our trade management. We'll start seeing where things are not working right with our trade management, things that need to be tweaked or adjusted. How much wiggle room? Do I need to start taking profits at support resistance levels? Do I need to start adding a tick level amount? I know traders who do, we all know Sean does the 150 on the New York Open. I know people that have done the 150 tick throughout all day long, trading gold. I know people that I don't know Forex, but we'll do 100 pip take profit in gold, and they don't care if it goes higher. They know they're going to consistently hit that 100 pips. So now, for instance, they would know how to go into phase 4 and scale up in it. and to manage that 100 pips or 150 ticks. So there's no right or wrong there. There's never a right or wrong. If you can consistently hit 200 ticks, 300 ticks, and by doing that, you're getting this win rate up, then by all means, make that your edge, because you can always scale up with that number. Just take your piece of pie. That's all you want. You just want your piece of pie. There's nothing wrong with leaving. You see how I trade? I leave a little bit of the appetizer. I don't get in right at candle break. I leave a little appetizer. It has to tell me that it's, past the appetizer. I want the main course of the meal, and then I leave the dessert. I don't care about the dessert. Okay, I do care about the dessert. I like dessert, but in trading, I can do without it. So yeah, phase 3, you're training your eyes. You're training your eyes to learn how to see your rules, to see your proven edge, and to start thinking about trade management more. Start kind of playing around with that, but only stick to one contract. It's not about the money yet.